Everybody's to shape, and before we go camping, I want to talk about the last video real quick. I know I said I'm going to mention Jim and them again, but I gotta, because got a lot of comments of people who either didn't watch the whole video and didn't hear everything that I had to say, or they put words in my mouth. Now, in that video, I made it clear I'm not a fan of this Corey Feldman, that I hadn't been a fan in 30 years. 100%, like I said in the video, deserves criticism. But that wasn't the point. The point is when you belittle and you pick on somebody in every single video, it's wrong, and I stand by it. I don't think Jim and them should be removed from YouTube or anything like that. They got charisma, they play off each other well, and it's interesting, it's entertaining, but they take it too far. That was the point of the video, and I showed why I felt that way. I had a comment, somebody saying that they either posted something or done a live stream about it or whatever. And in the video, I said that a YouTuber cultivates the type of audience that their personality brings out. You are who you hang around with. And your audience is going to be like-minded like you. That's what draws them to your channel. And judging by a lot of the hateful comments I got, it just proved my point. Enough said. And if they're talking about me, hey, at least they're leaving Corey Feldman alone. Let's get in this video. Now, I'm well aware that there's a lot of drama in the debunking community, and I agree with you. It gets old. Fantastic Publisher made a video you need to go watch. It's short, to the point, and I totally agree. So, in this video, I'm going to give my criticism, and I think I maybe have spotted him faking, but I'll have to look again, not sure till we get there. But at the end of the video, I'm going to put some positivity in, you know, what's good about his channel, things that I like. Kind of spruce it up a bit, if you will. We're going exploring with Jer Bear. Who is Jer Bear? He's got one of those names, doesn't he? If you remember my little Dee's Dark Adventure video, he was with her on that investigation where they kept seeing things with shiny eyeballs that they seem to never walk up to and get a good picture of. That's neither here nor there. But Jer Bear, he's got that name. Rugged, manly, Jer Bear. I grew up around people like that. Like Mutt, Chop, Hog Jowl. Love them names. I never got one of my own. That's kind of disappointing. But let's go camping. Rugged outdoors, driving your truck, multiple angles. And I added a little something. What?
Welcome back to another scary camping adventure, fam. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jer Bear. For today's scary camping adventure, I am bringing you back to a place I've camped before. Now, the last time I camped here,
Whew. I'm having flashbacks, guys. You know how I feel about somebody calling someone the fams or fam. Ugh.
I was attacked. It got crazy. I did not come back here for a long, long time after that. But
why are you running? Why are you?
I got a metal bucket. We're going to heat up some hot rocks on the fire and put that inside our tent tonight and see if it won't help keep us freezing to death.
Real quick, why do people use multiple camera angles in videos or movies or anything? It's to help tell a story. Like Survivor man Les Stroud, when he's carrying one camera, sometimes he'll put a camera on a tripod that shows him walking down the trail with his camera to show, hey, I'm on the path in the middle of nowhere and I'm alone. But there's reasons for these choices. And I say that because this guy uses them. Sometimes they look alright, but they cause problems as well. And for instance, the sound when you have to cut them together. You know, if you're just talking to the camera, I don't need 3 angles of you saying the same thing, because it's pointless. It's not adding anything, and it leads to this.
Keep us freezing to death. Keep us freezing to death. So we got a lot of work to do yet. We got to go find and gather the rocks that we're going to heat on the fire to use to heat the tent.
So we get 3 angles of a man getting out of his truck. Plus he's using the same camera. Here's camera angle 1 where there's no other cameras. There's camera angle 2 on the ground there, and then camera angle 3 on the back of the truck. Now in this shot, we don't see the other camera's already set up, but this is where they would be if he had more than one camera recording. All I'm saying is, you know, when you're filming this stuff, you don't need 3 shots of you getting out of a truck. However, this is a scene where it works. He's showing multiple angles of him setting up his camp area and putting his tent up. Now that makes sense. He's even showing fast-forwarded shots of him building it. Multiple camera angles for him setting up his tent. That, ladies and gentlemen, is proper storytelling, because it makes sense to have multiple camera angles of you building, getting your equipment and stuff that you need to put the tent together. That makes sense, but you don't need 3 camera angles of you stepping out of your truck.
Whew, all right, good deal. We got the tent up, but as you can see, the sun has gone down.
Did you hear it? Here's another mistake of using multiple cameras.
The tent up, but as you can see, the sun. Tent up, but as you can see, the sun. Okay, that was really weird. Let me see if it happens again.
I guess he uses a phone camera for all these angles.
No, it did not. So a minute ago, I just shut my door, and right afterwards, there was jingling. Like right here, like sort of like keys, like something. Jingling. And it didn't sound like it could have came from my truck.
Well, just to play devil's advocate here, sound does weird things. You're in the woods by yourself, and there's, as I'll point out later, there's actually a road with a busy bridge with cars going across it, and a place where boats go back and forth near where he's at. And if you open and close the door and you heard some jingling, then more than likely that truck probably caused it some way or another.
Okay, we'll just keep our ears out for that. Jingling. Like maybe it's hanging from something. Like could have been metal in that, but it was more key. It didn't sound like it came from right there. It sounded like it was like right here.
Please fix that toboggan on your head. That looks ridiculous.
Okay. Off. Is that a whistle?
Dude, stop messing with your toboggan. Please do not mess with it.
That's pretty.
Yes, it is. Miles away from everybody. I'm just going to record myself walking around for about 5 minutes. La-da-dee, la-da-da.
Now, before I came here the last time, I did find out from somebody that a child drowned. Right here. Right up along here.
Of course they did. That happens at every location. Now, does that play into the video in any way? No, it does not.
You guys sort of know how I feel about that. Let's get some rocks.
Well, I guess he's not miles away from civilization, because in his time-lapse video, you can see a very, very busy channel on the water of people going up and down, up and down.
Holy smokes, man, look at that thing. What is that? I would have thought deer, but I don't know, man. That thing looks crazy.
That'll be a cap we got going on there, because that does look like a deer foot print with 2 extra holes poked in the ground by somebody. So I was curious about this footprint, so I copied it and made it a dark shade and said, you know what, I'm going to take this and see if I can find a match. And oddly enough, I don't think this was tampered with by bear. There's a lot of footprints between it being a boar and a moose. I don't know exactly which one I could compare it to, but a lot of them look similar to the print, which I was unaware of, and I'm glad I looked. Comment below if you see the exact match. However, this camera doesn't really allow us to get a good view if there's any more tracks or anything, but this is... Comment below what kind of print you think that was.
I did go ahead and start getting some lights out, because now it's getting dark super quick, and I just heard something over there.
And there is a bridge nearby. Let's take that into consideration.
That's a bridge going across the lake. Anyway, I got this dryer lint because I've been wanting to try it for fire start.
Hey, I can definitely vouch for dryer lint and how flammable that it is. Yeah, that stuff burns slow, it burns easy, works really, really, really good. Could be a good reason why wherever your washer and dryer is, you got to make sure you keep it cleaned up there, because that definitely could cause a fire. Multiple camera angles, but in this one, is he being watched? Ooh. And earlier in the video, when I mentioned multiple camera angles used as storytelling, we clearly see what he's doing right now is what? Go ahead, comment below. What angle of storytelling is he doing right now? Because to me, it looks like he's building a sense of spooks and dread, and something could be watching me, to build the atmosphere. But when you look at shots like this, see these shots, he's supposed to be camping, and if the paranormal's not fake, then why does he have these creepy shots as if something's looking at his campsite? Why would you need that unless you expected something creepy to happen? I don't know what you'd be looking for unless you know you're pointing your camera around and you're like, huh, well, will you take a look at that table right there? Wait, what's this I see? Oh, it's one of those glowy-eyed creatures. Them glowy-eyed... Oh, what's that? Is that headlights?
But with the majority of our work done now, you know what time it is. Let's get our knock on.
Now you're about to see the uncut footage of what happens when he knocks on the tree. I know. I got problems. I get it. I'll just walk myself out. Don't you do it. Oh, come on.
Well, let's see. Was that a good idea or not? We'll soon find out.
You know, Mr. Bear, what are you going to do when I don't know, 1,000-pound, 10-foot-tall Bigfoot actually knocks back? Wait, that happened in Dee's Dark Adventures when you were there with her. Now, I'm not making an accusation, but her knocks on her video sound eerily similar to that club you're carrying around. I'm just saying.
What in the world? That was not a normal goose.
Please comment below and tell me, was that not a normal goose?
Oh, good. The water's getting hot. See it steaming? That's all we need. They're out. I see. Again.
But wait, what's this? It's the glowy-eyed things everywhere that he never seems to go over or walk up to show us, hey, that's not a person with bicycle reflectors. Or some kind of reflector.
That was a little too close for comfort.
Well. He caught one of the glowy-eyed things. You know, the things that Dee's Dark Adventure catches as well that could be animals. I don't think this was, because the way it peeked around a tree and then moved back behind the tree. And the reason I bring that up is it looks too, what's the word I'm looking for? It looks too rehearsed. It looks like, almost like you said, hey, go stand behind that tree. I'm going to move the camera around. And I want you to peek out and then move your head back. Because even when they see these glowy-eyed things, they never try to walk up to them. That's because they could be dangerous. Yeah, and it could be content. So go do it.
Big pack of coyotes. I see eyes. A bunch.
And finally, the glowy-eyed creatures look very carefully at peeking from behind the tree because it's completely staged and he knows it's there. Take a good look. I don't know what that is. It could be headlights. I couldn't really tell. The camera quality ain't that good.
Look at all the eyes. Do you see them?
So clearly he's aware of the eyes, yet he never makes any attempt to get close at all. They just stand there and leave him far enough away with the poor quality camera that, well, you can't really know what you're looking at. All you see is something reflecting and you're like, oh, well, it's eyeballs.
Oh, man. The bucket just fell on the fire. And there's eyes. I can't see them now.
Does it not look like he's pulling on something like a string to make that thing fall over? Watch very carefully. Watch his camera movement and the way it moves as it falls. Comment below. I'm not sure on this.
I need a different flashlight. Man, there's a bunch of eyes. There's like 2-3 sets. 2 for sure, but it might have started with...
And now he wonders if he's being hunted. I don't think that's the definition of hunted.
Got our rocks heated, and I think it's about time to get up in the tent. I gotta put my shoes on. I'm gonna take my boots off, have my shoes in the tent. Easier to get on and off. But first, I did bring Bigfoot, my boy.
Bigfoot, my boy. Where have I heard that before? Man, I've been doing this for years, people, and I know I've heard that before. Mo Sargi. Yo, Tom, my boy.
A treat, an apple. We're gonna put his apple right there.
Hey, that's a great idea. It's always great leaving food out when there are actual predators in the woods.
No Bigfoot, my boy?
Definitely Mo Sargi. And now that we spotted the problem bear, don't ever do it again. Ever.
For you. We'll put it on the corner. There we go. Treat. I'm glad I haven't seen no eyes for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
All we can do is keep an eye on that apple he set on the corner of the table. There it is. You zoom in closer, there's that beautiful apple because it's going to be gone by tomorrow.
Okay, we got to get our rocks in the tent. It's about that time. But first, one last tree knock.
Oh man, he's going to do another tree knock. Man, you remember what happened last time he done that? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do no more of them, stupid, goofy animations. It's just, I promise. What? I thought it was funny. And now he's in his tent with all these creepy surroundings. I don't know, we're missing something here. What are we missing, guys? Come on, think about it. What are we missing? There you go. That makes it about right. You're welcome.
I'll show you what I'm working with now. Got the My Pillow. Man, it's freezing. My pillow's freezing. This is what I'm going to put underneath everything. It's what you put in a windshield.
Well, nothing's going to be able to steal that apple if you keep putting a camera outside and you're not even in the tent. It's as if you expect something to happen creepy. Now he's laying down and... Ooh. Wait just a second. What's going on in that tent? Seriously, look at this. What is going on? Well, at least the apple is still on the corner of the table, as we can clearly see in this frame.
Listen. Something scratching on my tent. That's more better. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna lay down for a while, listen, call my family, maybe watch a video, but I'll check in with you in a little bit. Anyway, if anything happens, I'll hit the cameras right back on.
How are you getting sleep with this many camera angles? How? Oh, wait a minute. I see you peeking. That knock there doesn't sound like it's coming from outside the tent. Bum, bum, bum. No, it's coming from inside the tent. Let's turn it up. Comment below what you think. Let's hear it again.
Whoop! It's so cold. Whoop! 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 I thought the camera was on when I was unzipping this. I was laying there and I heard something over. I thought it was by the table.
And as it starts to snow, the apple is still there. But what does it mean that the apple's still there? I don't know.
Man, I have not been able to frickin' sleep all night. And this ground is cold. Frickin' scary. There's crap moving around all night out there. I've been listening to something move around out there for like the last 15 minutes.
Smash that like button.
Morning. I don't see any tracks. Man, I don't have my light, but I don't see... There's not much snow. I don't see any tracks. I knew I heard crap moving around out here. Something got that apple.
So the apple was right there. Now it's gone. It was right in that spot right there. Here's a different angle. Do you see what I see? So my thoughts on Jer Bear here. Do I think he stages some of this stuff? I sure do. This is the only video I've watched of his so far. I'm sure there's ones I could debunk thoroughly. But this one, I didn't really see that much deception unless you take into the account that he's camping and he's building this atmosphere as if something's watching him. and then all of a sudden he starts hearing this stuff. Something takes the apple. You know, everybody's done that. The apple got put on the table. There's wild animals that could have taken the apple, but I doubt it. I think he got the apple himself. Can't prove it? No, not in this video. But let's focus on the positives. Jar Bear, Mutt, Chop, Hog Jowl. Comment below a good nickname for me like that, and I will pin the best one. I will say, Bear here puts a lot of effort into his editing. Sometimes it's too much for no reason, but he still he builds the atmosphere, and he does the B-roll and all that stuff. And a lot of times he does it really good, so you got to give him props for that. And he seems like a decent enough guy, you know, one of them old country boys with that old dip of skull in. And hey, I'm Jar Bear. Now, join Debunkers Anonymous on Facebook, where we talk debunking 24 hours, 7 days a week. And more than anything, I do want to tell you guys, yeah, there's negativity in debunking sometimes. There's drama. But I love you more and more every single day. I love you guys very, very much, and I thank you for all you do for me, us, and our channel. I love you guys, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Y'all come back now here. Peace.